Okie dokie, let's go to jump rank games with a random character and see what we're going to get today. And it looks like we are playing the big old Berserker. We do start off with a broom. We could go Shepherd's Crook. We could go Shovel. Now I'm going to take the Whetstone and I'm going to craft up a Shepherd's Crook. I'm going to take the Healing Herbs as well. Let's take the stone and we could take the Water Source to go for Claws Attack. But I'm going to roll once. Now I was really hoping to find ourselves a wooden sword. But hey, let's take our Bagstones. Let's add this in too. Definitely want to keep our shiny shell as well. But do we sell our little Starved Courage to grab ourselves our little Forging Hammer? Kind of want to. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to place that in too. And let's get going. Not going to be a bad start. With our stones, with our broom, we should be able to get quite a bit of damage. With our little red ruby, we should be able to get some lifesteal. And during Battle Rage, we trigger our broom a lot faster. And so far, not looking too bad. I said that a little bit too early, but a little Forging Hammer knocks the Reaper in the face. And hell yeah. We've got a Shepherd's Crook. Let's grab our storage. Let's grab our wooden sword. Let's craft up a torch. I also want to grab this help up because I do want to go for Magic Torch. But I do not want to go for Shelly. We could craft up Shelly, but I'm not as interested in Shelly to be honest. And I kind of want to get our Bagstones inside our duffel bag. So yeah, I'm going to rock on with this for now. This should be pretty decent. We should have a lot of damage with our Shepherd's Crook. And we're definitely going to get our torch online. Now our opponent does have Claws Attack. They also have a Frying Pan. With our broom, they're going to have lots and lots of damage. Now can we survive this? If we can survive the onslaught of weapons, they're going to be running out of stamina and hell yeah. Not too bad. And we do got an option to take right now. Do we take Uniquely Unique, go for Super Speed? Or do we take the safe option, go Blood Manipulation, stack up a lot of Vampirism? Or do we go Guard Power into a big old Buster Blade? Sounds like a lot of fun, but I'm probably going to take Blood Manipulation. We don't really have any class specific items, except for our Forging Hammer. We sold our little Starved Courage, so Uniquely Unique. Yeah, it's not going to be too great for us. Let's take our Blood Manipulation. Do we want any of these items? We could go Box of Riches into Goobers. I'm going to roll, however, and that is going to be our Magic Torch. Magic Torch super early on, hell yeah. Going to be really, really freaking nice. Now, I kind of want to roll looking for a wooden sword with our Whetstone as well. But let's grab our stone. Have our stone set up. Let's go ahead and grab another Whetstone and let's go ahead and move on. And I kind of want to go for a Falcon Blade Magic Torch type combo. Now, can we take on this other Berserker? Looking like they're going for Hero Sword Claws Attack. Lots of people using Claws Attack early on. It's such a fantastic weapon early. But hey, not too bad. Now, that's an early Spear as well. Should we take it? To be honest, I'm going to take our banana, I'm going to take our storage, I'm going to take our freaking Whetstone. I'm going to waste one gold rolling. And you know what? Alright, I'm going to take another one. That's a pair of gloves. That's literally Claws Attack. We could go for that meta Berserker build. Should we go meta Berserker builds? I mean, it's right here. Wait a frick not, eh? Yeah, we probably should take it. And I'm going to grab our Summer Stack. We're definitely going to try out this meta build for sure. We probably want to grab some Dragon Glamours. We definitely want to go for Cheese Goobers more than anything. We probably do not want to go for Falcon Blade anymore. And yeah, it's not looking too bad. Our opponent is inflicting a lot of poison though. You do have the Shell Totem to keep him super healthy. Hellbot to keep him healthy as well. And unfortunately, it's not looking too good and we do end up losing out. However, we did get a Magic Torch. We're going to get our gloves. We've got to set up blueberries. We're going to craft up Claws Attack. So yeah, we're going to rock on with this for now. We should be in a pretty good spot to get a lot of damage on our Magic Torch. We definitely want a storage. And once we get a Claws Attack, we should have a lot more damage. We're going to be scaling up whatever damage we do get on the stone along with our little Forging Hammer. We probably should have put our little red ruby inside our Magic Torch. That would be a hell of a lot more clever, to be honest. And unfortunately, this Pyromancer is smashing our faces in. But we do get ourselves a Mana Orb. And some extra storage. Yep, I'm going to be taking both these. I'm also going to sell you to go ahead and grab this too. Armored Wilds is crazy good for us. Yep, it's going to be crazy good for us. We should be able to get quite a bit of mana from this for now. Should be able to scale up the damage on our Claws Attack along with a little Forging Hammer. And again, I didn't move our little red ruby. That's on me. We are facing a mage who is going to be stacking up an insane amount of Vampirism. We're going to be stacking up some max life, but we should be in a pretty good spot to win out with a Magic Torch, Claws Attack, and hell yeah. Definitely look at smashing. Now that's a big old axe. That's a freaking leather armor. I'm going to be taking leather armor with this as well. The only problem is, I do want to craft up a Dragon Skull armor, so Mana Orb is going to sit out slightly worse, but it should be pretty good. Now we are facing a freaking Excalibur with loads and loads of cards, but they don't have too much luck scaling, so they're not going to get too much power. It's just going to be cleansing debuffs, and we don't inflict any debuffs, and we just barely survive. Just barely get into our battle rage. But hey, with this meta build, we definitely want to go Deerwood Guardian. Now the problem is, we want to be on the other bag, because we have to drop below half HP to trigger our Deerwood Guardian. Now you're going to be some Vampirism. We probably should take you, but Cheese is going to be max life stack, and I'm going to have to take you. But I also really want to grab this as well. Now our Deerwood Guardian might have a say in this spot. It's not going to be too great for us either. We could also move this slightly over, and that's a little bit better for souls. And yeah, I'm going to be rocking on with this. So we should be able to get Battle Rage for a little bit longer. With how much nature items we do have, we should be able to get even more damage reduction with a Dragon Skull armor. And it should be kind of smashing. Definitely so. Now our opponent, he's rocking a Pandemonium, trying to inflict a bunch of poison on us, which is not going to be super ideal. But we'll see, can we definitely win out. 48% damage reduction, so we can get our huge amount of buffs, huge amount of damage, and smashing. Now we could take a Dragon Egg on sale. Box Ridge is also pretty darn sweet. Hungerblade also fantastic. But let's grab a fanny pack. Let's grab our Box of Riches. Let's go and grab our helmet. Let's keep rolling. That's a second helmet on sale. Yep, I definitely want to take it. Do we get rid of our bag stones? Probably. And I'm going to venture on with this for now. Now the thing is, if we stack up a bunch of helmets, it's going to take us quite some time to get to our Battle Rage. And oftentimes, our opponent can have scaled up relatively fast. But yeah, we do enter our Battle Rage, we do get some heals, we do get mana, and we deal some crazy damage and smashing. Yeah, this build is definitely meta for a reason. Now we did get Hardwood, we also got Enchanted Weapons, really not great for us. You can scale up a little bit faster, it's not a whole lot faster, and we got Heavy Drinking. I'm not going to be stacking up potions. It's either Enchanted Weapons, maybe it's just more stats in general. Just gives us 10% more max health and your weapons deal 5% more damage. It's probably going to be better than Enchanted Weapons, to be honest. Over unidentified skill. Should we gamble, or should we just take our more stats? To be honest, it's been a long time since I've taken more stats, so I'm just going to take it. Grab our Stamina Spike. Let's grab our increased attack speed on our Magic Torch. Let's roll for now. And that's good old Cheese Goobers. I'm going to have to take you with a set of Blueberries. More Vampirism as well is crazy. And we could straight up go King Goobert instead, but I think I'd rather get our max life stack in. Am I crazy not going for King Goobert?
Yes, you are.
The meta build I always see is that Cheese Goobert, but King Gooberts could be kind of nice. Now the reason I kind of also don't want to go King Goobert is because we can get some big mana buff bombs. I'm going to sell our little tiny Topaz. Let's grab our Gooberts. I think we sell one stone to go ahead and grab this as well. Now we probably should take another Bloody Amulet since it is on sale, but yeah, I'm definitely going to rock on with this. But Cheese Goobert is going to be our max life stack, and it's going to be incredibly awesome for us. And we'll see how we get on. We are facing a Anvil, Flame Up. Holy moly, they got a lot of flame items. They're going to have infinite heats. They're going to do some big old damage. But again, we have 48% damage reduction. Is it going to be enough to win out? Hell yeah, it is. Smashing even. Now we could just go big old Buzzed Blade. Say screw the meta builds. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to stick our set of Blueberries. Let's keep rolling. We really need a crazy amount of storage, so I'm going to be taking all this. Right now, I'm going to take an extra stone, and I'm going to keep rolling. If we want any of these items, probably want to grab another unidentified amulet. And we could grab some Wonky Snowmans. I'm not going to take it just yet, but we could take Wonky Snowmans to stop our opponent from scaling up max life. Now, this is not looking too bad. Now, we are facing a Hunger Blade, Puzzle Box, Moon Armor, Mana Orb. They're going to be trying to get a big Mana Bomb. A Harald Hateful Lad. They're going to be trying to scale up some crits by removing some of our buffs. But I think we should be in a pretty good spot. Now, they are nullifying a lot of our buffs. But can we keep up? Because we do enter Battle Rage. We stack up our mana. We stack up our buffs. We get loads of spikes, loads of max life. Our opponent does have infinite buffs as well. But it's looking not too bad. And hell yeah, we do manage to win out. Smashing. And we could end up grabbing some Djinn Slams. Now the reason to take Djinn Slams is to get some crazy damage on our Magic Torch. It is on sale for 6. I'm also going to take you 2, and let's go to grab this to see what it's going to be. Amethyst Steel, kind of nice, not what we're looking for, but I'm definitely not going to complain about it. We really need a bunch of storage, but I'm holding on hope to grabbing some caps of discomforts. Alright, we could move on with this, have our mana orb in this spot, and yeah, it's not looking too bad. Definitely not looking too bad. We want to grab this storage, we want to grab all that storage, and we'll see how we get on. We should be able to get a lot of vampirism from just having 2 bloody amulets. We should be able to skill up quite a bit with our blood manipulation as well, and we should be able to get a lot of buffs with our Jin's Lamp, as well as our Deerwood Guardian. We should be able to scale up our max life, we should be able to get potentially a lamp off to deal even more damage, and our opponent does have a lot of max life, but we do manage to win out. So yeah, this build is definitely meta for a reason. It's really fantastic. 48 DPS, Magic Torch, Claws attack, spikes on healing damage compared to our opponent's 40 DPS. In terms of heals, only 15 healing per second, but in terms of max life, another 16 max life gain per second. In terms of block, about 90 block. But should we continue on? Hell yeah, we should. Now let's grab our storage, let's grab as much as possible. Let's grab another fanny pack, speeding up our Deerwood Guardian as much as possible. Now let's keep rolling. Do we want to grab a second cheese? Do we want to grab a stone helmet? I mean, stone helmet will help with our amethyst steel, but we really want caps of discomfort. Just reducing our opponent's healing down to non-existent is exactly what we want. Alright, we're going to take a little bit more heals. I'm going to roll. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Should we sell our little forging hammer for it? Little forging hammer and a stone could kind of nice to grab it and craft it up pretty much instantly. You know what, I'm going to do it. Definitely going to do it. And I'm going to grab a little bit more storage. But let's move on with this for now. Now, just reducing our opponent's healing down to pretty much not having any heals is exactly the dream we're going to have. Also nullifying the buffs, so we can scale up more buffs than our opponents. They do have Burning Blade Dragons with a Chili Goobert. They're going to get super fast heat. If they get to 60 heat, they're going to deal 100 damage, but since we have 48% damage reduction, it's actually a lot less damage, and holy moly, are we just shredding on by. But here we got a cap of discomforts. Let's go and grab you, and let's go and grab this pair of gloves with more heals, wonky snowman if you do want it, and a prismatic orb if you do want it too. Now I'm also kind of regretting my decision of not crafting up or selling our little forging hammer, because I wouldn't mind having our claws in this spot with our gloves to speed it up even more, but it is what it is. Do we want the prismatic orb? I think I'm going to roll. Now we don't get the damage if we set up this way. I'm also going to take this. Amethyst of Energy is going to be kind of smashing, but are we happy enough moving on with this? We don't get the damage from our Shepherd's Crook on our claws attack is what I'm saying. But we will get that increased speed from our gloves. We could go Vampire Gloves. You know, maybe I do want to go Vampire Gloves. Maybe this round I'll set up like so. Grab our Vampire Gloves. And yeah, let's move on. Let's get a ton of vampirism, get a ton of max life stacking, get a crazy big buff bomb. And right now we do have 42% healing reduction, which is going to be nice, with 50% healing amplification, with crazy amounts of damage reduction. Our opponent is going to be scaling up a lot of damage. Again, we do enter a Battle Rage, and we get tons of heals, we get loads of max life stacking, and is it going to be enough to win out? You know what? It's actually looking incredible. Genuinely looking incredible. We got our Vampire Gloves. Should be kind of smashing. Now, do we go for another Goobert? Probably not. Grab more healing reduction? Hell yeah. Grab this too. And we could have went for Stone Golem if we kept our stones. I'm going to roll it. Now we could have crafted up our Dragon Claws. Let's grab you though. Amethyst Feasting, maybe not the best item in the world, but we'll definitely keep it. And should we go for a second Dragon Scale Armor or Vampire Armor? I kind of want to go for a Vampire Armor since we got ourselves an Amethyst Steel. But we do need this. We can also add in some sapphires so we can get a bunch of block if we do want to. We're not going to sell this and a stone. And I'm going to take it. Yeah, let's get rock on again. I'm not going to put in our armor just yet. And we'll see how we get on. Now, we did lose a little bit of damage on our claws being in the spot, but it is what it is. We should be able to get our Vampiric to give us a bunch of vampirism. Our opponent does have 2 blood gooberts and lots and lots of heals. And crazy amount of vampirism. So can we keep up with his opponents? With our own vampirism, with our own buffs. We should be able to get a big mana buff bomb, give us even more buffs. And our Battle Rage doesn't last forever, so this could be kind of scary once our Battle Rage has ended. Our opponent does have so much vampirism, and unfortunately our battle rage does end, and we do end up losing out. However, Spike Collar for more battle rage, I kind of want to take. But let's go and grab this first of all. Now let's grab it too. Let's continue to roll. And I kind of want more healing overall. However, I want to keep rolling. And we could grab invulnerability. We could grab a second Jin's Lamp. I definitely want to grab a second Jin's Lamp. But yeah, I'm definitely going to take it, but I'm going to rock on with this. And we're definitely going to craft up a Vampiric Armor, so we have the potential to scale up some freaking Empower as well. And we are rocking a big old Buster Blade with a Perfect Sapphire, so armor's not going to do anything for us. We should be able to scale up our armor, we should be able to get heals, we should be able to get max life. It should be genuinely awesome. Now they're stacking up an insane amount of power, so if this big old Buster Blade does hit once, we could be one shot. That's so much power. Now the good thing is, if they're running out of stamina, that Buster Blade is not going to hit, since they do have Torm Blue. So it's really awesome for us, not so awesome for opponents. They do have 1000 max life, but we do end up winning out. Hell yeah. Now again, we got some gemstones to reduce that healing even further. Let's go ahead and grab a Jin's Lamp, and we want to place it in this position as well. Now, do we want more Bloody Amulets? Maybe. I'm going to roll though, and I definitely want a Corrupted Helmet. I'm going to sell this and our little green gemstone to go in and craft this up. We can place this back in, get a little bit of lifesteal, and a little bit more healing, and let's get moving on. Now another Dragon Scale Armor for more damage reduction could be kind of nice, but again, with our Amulets of Steel, we should be able to scale up a little bit more power for ourselves. Just get a little bit more block in general, and give us, yeah, just scaling block. Use up some of our health for block, we stack up max life, we get tons of heals, and overall should be smashing. Our opponent is inflicting a lot of poison, and we could be in trouble because it takes us forever to get to our battle rage. Now poison has already stacked up. That's the problem with the duffel bag, and that's how we end up losing on this build. If we had the other bag, we would be guaranteed to go into battle rage within the first 5 seconds. But it is what it is. Let's grab our storage, pineapple, hard container to get a bunch more max life, and a healing efficiency could be kind of nice. More cheese for more max life stacking. I'm gonna take it. It's a lot of monies, but since we have the Amulet of Feasting, I'm going to gladly take it. Now, anything else we do want? Not necessarily. And I'm just kind of wasting our gold rolling. One more roll, and I wouldn't mind grabbing another Bloody Amulet. However, this build is definitely a meta build for a reason. Just having a Magic Torch, Claws Attack, low stamina cost weapon, so if you come across shielded, it's not going to matter too much. We should be able to get lots of scaling damage, we get loads of max life, we get tons of heals and buffs and mana, and we also resist debuffs with a Shepherd's Crook. So overall, a super fun build. I definitely see the reason why it is a meta build, but is it going to be enough to win in our final rounds? Can we take on this Katana Berserker? Rocking Guard Power Katana, they're going to be scaling up crits as well. And they're going to have the King's Crown, getting some invulnerability, as well as getting a bunch of block from how many buffs they do stack up. Now they're going to reduce a lot of scaling damage. We almost have 100% healing reduction on our opponents, but they're definitely going to have a tough time healing. Now we never got some snowballs to stop our opponent from scaling up max life. They do get invulnerability, so they don't necessarily need to heal if they have invulnerability. And they do got that blue gemstone to attack through our armor, which is kind of a double-edged sword for us because we want to get to our battle rage a little bit faster. So chipping down our HP to drop us below half HP, allowing us to get to our battle rage, heal up, trigger our Magic Torch a little bit faster, potentially get our lamp to pop off onto our Magic Torch, and our Magic Torch should have crazy damage right now. 70 DPS, is doing some big old damage, and yeah, I don't think it's going to be close whatsoever. Especially on this other Berserker, and hell yeah. But it's definitely a meta build for a reason. We ended up with a 42 DPS, not as much DPS as I would have liked it, but opponent did have invulnerability, as well as reduced healing damage from that Katana. Now, honestly, there's probably other ways to play this build. And when I say probably, there's definitely other ways to play this build, especially when we got more stats, to really just scale the damage significantly. Now, we were uber defensive because we had crazy heals with 10 healing per second. When your opponent had lots of healing reduction, and they slowed us down by quite a bit. But we should have scaled up a lot of vampirism, as well as our Deerwood Guardian gives a ton of heals. But we ended up with 20 max health gain per second as well, which is kind of nice. Definitely could be improved as well. In terms of block, we did manage to get about 382 blocks, so another 20 block per second on top of everything. Vampire Armor, riding a lot of block, allowing us to get more power, increasing our damage even more, and overall smashing. Yeah, we did end up with 3 lives left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we managed to get. Plus 10, or ranking us up to 20. Awesome. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even subscribing, and I hope you look up for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, we're back in some round 18 fights, and we're going to see if our meta version of this build can win out. Now, we are facing a Ruby Chonk adventure with a Squirrel Archer. They're going to be trying to inflict a crazy amount of poison. They do get invulnerability, but again, we have a crazy amounts of healing reduction on our opponents. Now, that's 50 poison on us. We're still surviving. We got loads and loads of scaling buffs. We're going to drop below half HP. That poison has stacked up. We're dealing some insane damage right now. And it's looking pretty close, but hell yeah, not too bad. Now, can we deal with a Prismatic Sword Pyromancer? They're going to be trying to inflict potentially, well, actually just get a bunch of attack speed, a tiny bit of scaling damage. And it's looking like they're going to be focusing on getting a bunch of mana buff bombs. However, we're dealing some insane damage before they can actually get online. They do have 92% healing reduction on themselves, well, from us actually, and it's not looking close whatsoever. Smashing. And finally, can we take on a Piercing Arrow Double Axe? Obviously, super fun build. They're going to have lots of crits, they're going to have lots of lifesteal, and this Double Axe is going to have pretty fast scaling as well. So can we survive going up against builds? Again, we have 88% healing reduction on them, but that Double Axe is starting to deal some big old damage. And again, we got our damage reduction, and again, not going to be close.